Here I am. Good job, me. I'm proud of you. I am proud of you. It is, you are day one mentalitying again. Um, I want this to be on. Are you on? Are you okay? Let me just good job, you again. Day one mentalitying. I'm sitting here with chicken noodle soup, two chocolate milks. The 6-year-old in me still loves chocolate milk. Um, we have these like juice box ones from Costco that Cruz likes. Cruz and I kind of like are the main. Um, we don't fight over them, but like we put them in the freezer and anyway, they're frosty-esque, and we are the responsible parties for depleting the stash. It's 3:46 in the morning, and today what came to me was the Momlympics. That truly every day carving out this time for myself, and after I had a recent shift where I've always been a night owl. I've always been somebody that when I was a little girl, I would wake up and I would write in the middle of the night. I would write poetry and I would have all these thoughts flowing through. And it's still that way where I get the creative surges and the divine downloads. And this time to check in with myself is sacred. It's fueling, it's purposeful, it's peaceful. And there's been many times in my life where I've been like, I judged myself, shamed myself for it because it feels so out of the box and like coloring outside the lines, and no one's up at 3:46, but I'm up at 3:46 and I thrive here. I did well when I was in residency doing 24-hour shifts working overnight. And it's the circadian rhythm of my body. I'm not doing a lot of screen time. I, yes, could sleep more and probably in my life prioritize sleep as that like a little bit of an elusive um, main core component of my health. But I do sleep and I do um, choose to function with gratitude on a sleep debt. That is this chapter of life. But right now I'm in these pockets, in these pukas, as you will, as in this part of my day. Um, and it is when I come alive in my creative space, and that me taking care of myself and doing I call it my spiritual gem, like journaling, reading the Bible. Um, that's my groundwork for my foundation for all that flows from there, and all the creativity and the way that it fuels me through my days. And then I get to show up in the way that I want to all throughout the next day. Today we did schooling, um and then I worked out. I did a 45-minute boot camp, and I'm lifting really. I want to really honor my bone health and be strong. Like my new goal weight is strong, and really honoring my postpartum journey this time around and all times around. But this time around, not trying to find like the secret elixir to get back to a certain weight or get my body back. Like I really reject that. I'm not trying to get my body back. I love my body. It's different. Um, but I am trying to be stronger than I've ever been before. To really tune into and repair myself from the inside out and heal and allow like my body and its natural inclination and brilliance to heal to come through. So eating nourishing things, listening and watching and learning and taking in nourishing things, not just food, but like mental stimulation and media, like whatever forms of media. I'm just trying to be really mindful of that. And it just came to me like I love the Olympics. We don't have cable, but we definitely bought the NBC app or whatever for the month of the Olympics. And I train every day for the Momlympics. Like today when I did like snatches with heavier weights than I usually do, thinking about this little baby dumbbell that I'm holding and lifting all day. And I love that, the perseverance that is required of me every single day from before I even open my eyes. Right now there's like breastfeeding gymnastics because she goes from side to side to side to side in the morning, and I try to get a little bit more time out of that like pocket. And then I'll like let her out of the hand jail and foot jail from her pajamas and sleep sack from the night before. And just like wake us both up. And then Camden and Cruz come like barreling into me, and it's like this contact hug, in the morning. And then um I usually go outside, walk outside and ground my feet in the grass and look at Haleakala, look at the palm trees, listen, just kind of have a sensory um check in. And then breakfast, whether JD's made it or we grab something, I grab something from the kitchen and make it. And then today, like integrating and balancing. Cruz is doing pre-K, he's doing kindergarten math and pre-K language arts, going over all the vowels um, and all the letter sounds and just like the core concepts. And he's doing so well with math. We did 10 sticks today. And handwriting, we're working on like doodling and just penmanship and the muscles, like the fine motor muscles involved in the hand. And Camden's doing handwriting too, learning smaller print now. Um, she's doing so well with her spelling words, and we are reading books together now, like parent child. Like she has a section she reads, I have a section I read, working on like all the different nuances of our language. The English language is so complex, but she's doing so well. And then working on like more complicated subtraction problems in math today, and it's just such a joy that I get to do that. Cord went down for a late nap, and then when she woke up, I also did the dunk tank. When I say dunk tank, that's our Home Depot feeding trough that I convinced JD to get. And it's literally like an animal feeding trough, like this metal aluminum. Um, and one day we'll invest in the more fancy bougie ice bath that fill up on their own and clean on their own. But right now we use hose water um, with an aluminum tank. And so anyways, I immersed in that after, and then we walked to our middle of our community. We have a centralized park in our development here in Maui where we take our trash, and there's like a little playground in the middle, and we get our mail from there. So we walked over there and like for social hour. We were a little bit late though today. It was sunset. And none of the kids were out there anymore, but we got some lemons from a friend's house. They have like the most luscious lemon tree. It's incredible. When JD cuts into the rind is like super thin. Like the fruit pulp goes almost to the periphery, and it's just so, it always like blows my mind looking at like store-bought versus these grown ones, locally grown ones. Um, and then we came home, we went on a spooky drive. We're really looking for Halloween decorations already, and there's one street in Kihei that's very committed. We drove by. JD and I got a little bit of a conversation in while everybody's strapped in. Came home, lots of driveway play, backyard play. Then they were riding bikes around the house because they tried to Peloton work out with me earlier. That's one of my favorite things. Um, and then shower time with Cord went from her never wanting to sit in these baths. So we had to like totally disregard the newborn bath and get this other bath. And then she was climbing out of the seat in that bath. And then we were like, fine, you just, for a while, she would sit in the bath without any seat in it, just like if she was independent. I mean, all day long, where she climbs up bar stools, she climbs the beds or the couch. We have a lot of library books right now. We've completed like 3 weeks of a digital reset, digital fast, which is so great. We're just going to keep it going. But so there's library books littered all over the house, taking the best care of them we can. And I find new places and new nooks for them every day. But she finds them and she loves to like sit down in my lap. And I got her some um, discoverable books where she has to flip certain places and work on her. But anyway, I love when she like plops her plump little baby legs and booty in my lap to read. And she says, book. Now, but like chasing after her obviously is full time because she's very, very busy, very determined, very opinionated. And so all that to say, she like left the shower completely today. And then she likes to go through my drawers and in the shower. underneath and like was getting out the contacts and whatever she can find. And so, and then Camden and Cruz, like we did puzzles till really late tonight, read more Halloween books. Oh, and I finally got to come and here sit down. I was kind of hungry because we had some salad earlier, but kind of like a hodgepodge dinner. And the point that like came to me at the end of my workout today was Momlympics. Like every day I'm in this, and every day it's sometimes, a lot of times I can minimize, mute, diminish, water down my role of like, I mean, I'm very rooted and grounded and thankful and purposeful and fulfilled in my role of motherhood. But what I mean it to articulate to myself is that I can say like, oh, I didn't get anything done today. Like I hear that kind of mentality or that kind of wording coming out of my mouth, meaning like when I did a to-do list, it's usually other things that I have going on, like things for Oceans of Oahu, my first children's book, and things for my second book that's coming out very shortly in 6 days, to honor Lahaina and the nonlinear healing path ahead. And then my podcast and my company Mama Mindset and my coaching. I am developing a sleep course right now that I actually recorded 3 years ago, and just kind of everything around that, working with a videographer, video editor right now. And then I have a couple other projects related to that. Some logo work for Passport Ohana, our family brand, and also my LLC. And then just sitting down and writing my book, Mama Tuition, that I'm writing, speaking into existence. So, and then also travel planning, because I'm our travel planner, and we have some travel on the horizon. And we're first, of course, I'm for sale by honoring our house. One day I'll record our wild house journey so far. So those are the kind of things I put on like my, oh, I'm gotta get stuff done, instead of kind of validating all of the things that I do show up and do, feeding everybody, loving everybody, being in those moments. I'm not on my phone. I am making eye contact with them. I am fully present in a way. The past 3 weeks, I feel like I've always been a fully present mom, but I took it next level with the digital fast. And so with the Momlympics, just the way that I am showing up in the lives of these three miracles entrusted to me, teaching them, learning from them, being in those curious moments with them, validating their emotions, big and small, growing myself as a human, really connecting with nature where we live, feeling that sense of restlessness, like the next chapter and what God's calling us to, also with a healthy, like grounded, anchored sense of gratitude and where we are and what we've been given and how this house has held us and grown with us, and how Maui has been such a magical cocoon for a lot of our dreams and our marriage, how we've grown our family by two here. So yeah, I think I felt a conviction today to really take inventory, take stock, audit what I do on autopilot as a mom every single day, and how valuable and purposeful and peaceful I know I say that I feel in it, and then look at the actions that com comprise that compose that are the ingredients of the masterpiece of motherhood that I put together every single day. It's splattered with stains and paints. And like today, I got out the Halloween box. So there's stickers that Cruz found all over the house, like from Halloween. And there's little witch fingernails and spider rings. And um, the toys are everywhere, especially with the digital fast we've been doing. So there was train set everywhere. There were magnetiles everywhere. We got a Sesame Street mindfulness book, and then we have these Sesame Street actual little figurines that some of our dear family friends gave us like 5 Christmases ago, and I was using them and doing a puppet show. And then we still have a tent that's meant for cord from the beach that we asked for, like on our baby registry. But now it's like a reading nook. And currently it's a puzzle party tent, so it has like all these puzzles in it. Doing a glow in the dark puzzle that's on our counter right now. But all of this is a sign of like all of these events, I'm like a decathlete. We're like whatever 100 athlete would be. Like that's the kind of mother marathon that like I show up to every day, and a lot of moms show up to every day. And we specialize in all kinds of events, from wrangling diaper changes, and like Cord is currently a contortionist and a gymnast during diaper changes. Not to mention she like running out of the shower, you know, that art of like hovering between a hovercraft mom and allowing them to also like try things and learn and like live their lives. Um, all of it. And it makes me laugh, and humor is like the salve of it. So today it's the Momlympics, and concluding this at 4:01 today, or whenever I decide to like conclude this, but saying that it has spilled over into the wee hours of the morning. Um, for me to come into this place of solace and recharging. And many people would think, okay, you need to recharge with sleep, and yes, but for me, like my inner introvert, in the way that I am, like this is recharging, this is self-care, which is never selfish. And it's just sitting in peace and with my dreamscaping, landscaping, I call it life landscaping. Um, and yeah, I'm up there on my own podium today, getting all the medals, gold, silver, and bronze, or in no particular order, but from them. And I see like the anthem of my life getting raised. So I honor that in myself and in all moms, that we have that invitation to really, that offering to really just kind of look at all of the ways that we already show up. Maybe it's getting in the car, maybe in driving around, driving the places, all of the things that add up to the day and the way that we are and that we show up for our people, and that we're called to do, and that we choose to do, and that we get to do. Momlympics. Aloha.